In this video, we're going to analyze the projectile motion of a basketball shot. So I'm going to play this, and you'll see that the basketball follows a projectile motion after it leaves the shooter's hand. So while it's in the shooter's hand, that's not projectile motion yet, because projectile motion begins when it leaves the shooter's hand, because it's only under the influence of gravity. So at this point, the basketball is only under the influence of gravity, so it is a projectile. Next, I'm going to help the software to know where the basketball is, to track it. So I'm going to put this little target where this basketball is. So I'm going to put that where the basketball is, right there. And then I'm going to then start the auto tracking. This will allow the software to be able to track the basketball and see where the basketball is. I'm going to stop it right before it hits the ground, because once it hits the ground, it's no longer projectile motion, because there are other forces acting on the basketball. All right, so now comes the interesting part. Now we're going to analyze the graph here. And we're going to start with the horizontal position versus time graph. And take a look at this graph here. So this is the horizontal position versus the time graph. And you'll notice that it's a straight line. The significance of this straight line is that on a position versus time graph, the slope of the graph represents the velocity. The fact that it's a straight line tells us that this basketball horizontally is moving at constant velocity. And to find what that exact velocity is, I can highlight this. I'm going to click the apply curve fit, and it's going to give me the slope. I'm going to click apply, and right now it's saying 530 pixels per second. So that's not very useful. What I need to do next is I need to tell the computer what the scaling in this video is. So I'm going to click on here, system. I'm going to take this big circle. I'm going to put it to where the ends of the meter stick is, Okay, so I'm going to try to get it to where the ends of the meter stick is. And then let's go back here a little bit, and you can see that when I do that, it gives me this slope right here of 2.093 meters per second. So about 2.1 meters per second. So if you go back to the video here, imagine the sun was straight up right above the shooter, and there's a shadow down here. If you were to follow the shadow horizontally, we would see that the shadow would be moving from left to right at about 2.1 meters per second. So that's what the position versus time graph tells us. Next, let's take a look at the Y position, the vertical position versus time. What does that tell us? It tells us that as time goes on, the vertical position of the ball goes up, increases, and then comes back down. So at this highest point, this is the peak. This is where the basketball is at its highest point. So it's on its way up, and then this is on its way down. And it's curved because the speed of the ball is changing. It's slowing down. We have a flat slope up here, and then speeding up, we have a steeper curve over here. Now let's take a look at the horizontal velocity versus time graph. Okay, so here's the horizontal velocity versus time graph. It's kind of messy. Horizontal velocity, remember we talked about the shadow, following the shadow from left to right. It is constant, but you'll notice that this is doesn't look very constant. But one of the issues is that this is kind of like zoomed in view here. So let's go ahead and kind of zoom out. So I'm going to click on this graph options here. I'm going to scroll down to the, there's an edit graph here. I'm going to scale this to always show 0. So I'm going to click always show 0. And then so once we zoom out, we see that it's a little bit flatter, right? And so this is what we'd expect. We'd expect that horizontal is going at constant velocity. It's not perfect. I got to click it at just the right spot. But you can see that it's generally a flat line trend right here, which indicates that horizontally it's going at a relatively constant velocity horizontally. Now let's take a look at one more graph here. This is going to be the vertical velocity versus time, and this is really interesting. You'll notice that we get this straight line. Now, the slope on a velocity versus time graph represents the acceleration, and so the acceleration here, we have this negative slope. The reason it's negative because we're assuming up is positive. We're defining up as positive, so we have a negative slope. So we know that this acceleration of the basketball vertically is negative. Now let's see if we can get a number here. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, apply curve fit. I'm going to click apply, and I get a number about 8.8. 8.8. Now, our expected would be 9.8. It's a little bit off. It could be, different reasons. Maybe I didn't scale it exactly right. The computer doesn't know, software doesn't know exactly what 1 meter is. Maybe I was off a little bit. But it's about, I can round this to about 9, and that's not too far, not too bad. Once again, the actual, we would expect it to be negative 9.8.